as professionals, any suggestions, any ideas, any improvement in the budget, I would welcome to receive those suggestions from you directly or through your president, ICAP, because that will help us to consider very openly. Obviously, try to make it at least revenue neutral if it's not going to add revenue. But certainly, the anomalies or better suggestions are welcomed. Secondly, I have already announced on Saturday after the budget on Friday that we would be setting up two committees. One would be dealing with the anomalies and would be headed as per my previous practice by a professional chartered accountant. I have told the FPR notification will be out this evening. It will be headed by Ishfaq Tola Saab, being a professional chartered accountant. And the other committee would be the business related issues. I heard some comments while it just came in, particularly Zubair Motiwala Saab and Asad Shah Saab. So you see that will also deal with the business related, any anomalies, any suggestions, any improvements in the budget. So that committee too will be notified this evening. So both committees will be notified later. Now let me tell you just a few words about the budget. I think if one has to look into how we have performed as a country, as a nation, as a society, from the business point of view, the economy point of view, the history, recent history isn't very good. People may disagree with me, but I think the numbers would verify what I'm saying. This is the same country which is 24th economy in 2017. And it is the same country which in 2013 was macroeconomic unstable country. And the prediction was in 2013, no matter who would win the election, in general election, it would declare default. 6 to 7 months was the time given. There was a rocket science required to make this statement. हमारी liability सबको पता होती है. When we are to pay as a country, the sovereign liabilities, the commercial liabilities, they're all documented globally. It's a village now. So when you are declared macroeconomic unstable country, which was declared in January, February 2013, then the new inflows of dollars stopped. Now that's easiest thing to do than if the inflows are not there and the average ballpark figure of imports and exports can be calculated. So the prediction was 6 to 7 months default. State Bank had $6 billion reserves, 4.6 billion were to be paid out in the next 6 to 7 months. So that's what was the state of economy in January, February 2013. We were lucky, we won the election, we took the responsibility, and obviously, we tried to work hard. We didn't waste our nation's time to, make up our mind whether we'll go to IMF, we will not go to IMF. We took oath the 7th of June 2013. We presented budget on 12th of June 2013. We got the budget out in the last week of June 2013. We signed the IMF agreement on 4th of July. So, you have to move fast. The nations do not have time to waste. So, you saw that the country, which was macroeconomic unstable country, no one was willing to do business with this country, reached to a stage within a short period of 3 years that by 2016-17, by 2017, you were the 24th largest economy of the world. You were predicted by not me, not a Pakistani Adara, but PricewaterhouseCoopers. We all have a, respect for that Pakistan will join G20, the premier global economic club, by 2030. I think it would have been our national duty that we should work together and we should take Pakistan and reduce that timeline from 2030 to as much as we can. And it was possible. This is the only tenure when all the multilateral heads of institutions visited Pakistan. I'm reminding you because the people have short memories and you're too busy like I am, so it is easy to forget what happened in the last few years. World Bank President Dr. Kim came here. Your Shri Mulyani, who was the MD of the World Bank, she came here. These days she's the finance minister of Indonesia, the president of Indonesia took her from the World Bank. She was, followed by the President MD IMF. She was MD. She visited. Christine Lagarde, the MD IMF, visited. President Nakou of Asian Development Bank visited. President AIIB. Reason I'm telling you, you quote any tenure where all the heads of financial institutions visited Pakistan, and right sitting in this very much city, in Sarina or in Marriott, they had all praises for Pakistan. And what praises? That Pakistan is all set to take off. And you name the rating agencies which did not upscale the rating of Pakistan. So as a consequence of that combined national effort, I'm not taking the credit that I finance minister tha. It's a combined effort. So where we reached to a low, food inflation of 2%, 2017, CPI 4%, the policy rate, 5.5%, highest reserves, the stock exchange, which there was always stumbling blocks for a decade, not to be allowed to be demutualization and the merger, we be forced to get it done. The dividend to Pakistan was that you moved to the from frontier to emerging markets. You moved from 19,000, the index points on the polling day in May 2013 to you crossed 50,000 points within a period of 4 years. You became the best stock market of South Asia. You became the 5th best in the world. Your stock market market capitalization went $100 billion. The 70 billion was the external debt at that time. It's a shame where we moved in the next few years. Today, our market capitalization stock changes $22 billion. We have lost more than 78 billion capital market. You see, these are challenging things. We should reflect. And I think today we have very high, budget deficit. We have a high fiscal deficit. We have inflation. We have 21% policy rate. Can we do business? You can't. So I think you have a greater responsibility. Please, I always, appeal that all professionals must dedicate little bit percentage of their time for the country's welfare as well. So, right now, it was a great challenge. We have reached from, starting from being 24th economy, the net result of, 4 years of the 2010 project was that in 2022 we reached 47th economy of the world. It's a matter of great, sadness. It should not have been. We should have been closer to the G20 now. We should have been 21st, 22nd. Your neighboring country has left UK behind by going one notch above. So you see, this is a great challenge. But I don't want to, because I'm sure you had a very hectic day. For example, abhi Motiwala sab keh rahe. Now, there was 9 cent agreed tariff. Yes, there was. But the budget allocation was 25 billion. So at the same time, be fair. Where you are getting at 9 cent, maybe 150, 140 rupees, you're getting 285 rupees. You see, we can't be selfish. It's a challenging time. Rise above the selfish interest. We have to be ready to be part of this, sacrifice process. हमें पाकिस्तान को से बाहर निकालना है. कोई alone नहीं निकाल सकता. It was a very brave decision on the part of the present government that last year it was a very easy thing. Everybody knew where the ship is going. It was a very brave thing and they have lost a lot of political capital. The country was landed by undoing, not performing, but undoing what has been done on the account of sovereign commitments with the multilateral donors, particularly IMF in 2019. Can you afford that? No. Your credibility was eroded. There was no trust anymore in the system. So, the things have become very difficult. और ऊपर से geopolitics है. दुनिया इस वक्त ग्लोब में बहुत pulls and pushes हो रहे हैं. Obviously, countries are trying to leave other countries behind. So उसको हम आज नहीं touch करते. लेकिन क्या ये मुल्क आगे जा सकता है? मेरे नज़दीक बिल्कुल जा सकता है. You see, as we should have, hope and we should try our best. ये अभी जो ये है ना जी यानी fear फैलाने वाली बात और एक घबराने वाली बात, उससे काम नहीं चले. It is no different than 98, 99 by the way. The first time I took the responsibility from Commerce Minister as Finance Minister was after the detonation. पाकिस्तान के स्टेट बैंक के पास $414 million थे उस दिन. I'm talking 6 November 1998. Pakistan rupee had touched 69 rupees in the open market. क्या उस वक्त सर्वाइवल का चांस था? द होल आपका ख्याल है कि आप एक न्यूक्लियर कुव्वत बन रहे थे एंड आपको वेस्ट ने मुबारक की तारें भेजनी थी, आपको भूखे भेजने थे अपने एम्बेसडर्स के लिए? ऑफ कोर्स नॉट. दे वर अप देयर इन आर्म्स टू टीच यू अ लेसन. $2 billion की उस वक्त 6 नवंबर तक लाइबिलिटीज एक्यूमुलेट हो चुकी थी. रॉयल्टीज, शिपिंग लाइन्स, एयरलाइंस, मल्टीनेशनल पेमेंट्स. भी अल्लाह ने हिम्मत दी, हमने सर नीचे करके काम किया. वी क्लियर द 2 billion. We took the $414 million to $2.399 billion reserves. उस वक्त तो इम्पोर्ट ही आपकी $8.5 billion की थी. It was more than three months. तो I have a very strong faith. This country has a resilience. This country has a future. पर हमें सबको हिस्सा डालना है ना. ये नहीं है कि मैं बैठ के मैं क्रिटिसाइज तो कर लूँ कि फलां ने ये किया, फलां ने ये किया. हैव टू ऑल्सो मेक एफर्ट्स टू गेट द कंट्री आउट ऑफ दिस जैम, जहाँ हम फंस गए हैं. तो ये कंट्री हैज़ ए ग्रेट रेजिलियंस एज ए सेड. अभी हमें किधर जाना है वो हमने कोशिश की है इस बजट में कि जो 0.29% पे आपकी जीडीपी ग्रोथ गई है. अभी वो कमेंट सुन रहा था मैं अपने भाइयों का व्हेन आई जस्ट वॉक्ड इन. बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हैं कि जी इंपोर्ट्स कांटेक्ट हुई. यस, व्हाट चॉइसेस यू हैव, व्हाट चॉइसेस यू हैव. जब आपको विद इन पाकिस्तान एंड आउटसाइड पाकिस्तान सुबह शाम ये कहा जाएगा कि डिफॉल्ट हम डिफॉल्ट कर रहे हैं, तो ऑब्वियसली बेचारे बिजनेसमैन को आप कैसे ब्लेम करेंगे? वो दे गेट डिसहार्टेड. Obviously, they tried, many of them have moved, according to my information, out of country. तो ये एक choice थी. World also was expecting that we would default. They may be surprised today why Pakistan doesn't default. This government decided, particularly when I came back, there was a plan to go to multilateral donors for the debt restructuring and rescheduling. I said nothing doing. There was a plan to go 2 years extension in the maturity of the bond, which was coming to in December 2020. I said nothing doing. We should behave with dignity. We are a sovereign country. तो उसके लिए फिर आपको तकलीफ तो करनी पड़ी ना. Obviously, who would know better than you all chartered accountants said how to manage your finances. अगर एक घर में तकलीफ आ जाती है, एक बिजनेस में आ जाती है, एक इंडस्ट्री में आ जाती है, तो यू मैनेज अकॉर्डिंग टू कैश फ्लोस. और वो क्या था? वो ये था कि हमारी फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी होनी चाहिए कि जो पाकिस्तान के सॉवरन कमिटमेंट्स एंड लायबिलिटीज है वो मस्ट बी पेड ऑन टाइम. दिस वाज द आइटम एंड प्रायोरिटी नंबर 1 in the last over 7 months I have been here as fourth-time finance minister. I was asked and I have taken this challenge. It wasn't, I knew that where we are standing and the things when I went in the Ministry of Finance.